How are you guys? How do I look today? Yesterday I had a haircut. Do I look like a Kamla or day laborer? Because a particular Boetian group, a Facebook group that is only for the Boetians, except for one lady. She is a doctor and the wife or spouse of a certain maybe senior or maybe influential Boetian. Okay. So someone called me, with anonymous name. I mean, without identity. They came. They means he or she came into my post and called me a Kamla. That means a day laborer. Or for your information, I started looking like a day laborer. The day I started hitting the gym back in 2003 when I was like a level 3 student, and a few years ago I settled in the village rural area of Rupganj, and I like to do physical labor, some physical labor all by myself. If like I have to you know carry bricks from one place to another, or maybe sand, or maybe soil. If I have to dig them, many a times I do all of it by myself because I need to physically exercise. So naturally, I might look like a Kamla devil laborer. I have no shame in that. And the person whoever called me that, if you are a Muslim, Muslim or not, you shouldn't be body shaming people because look at yourself in the mirror. You must have some flaws either. I don't know what you are so much proud of. Anyway, guys, today is the 1st May, the World Labor Day, possibly, and it is celebrated all over the world because the theme of this day is that whoever does labor, whether it's whoever does, maybe at the office or maybe in the factory, they should not overwork. They must not be compelled or made to overwork. And this is most possibly the theme of this particular day, and definitely the first of a month. And we, the Bengali people, not simply Bengali, I believe the Bangladeshi people, we have this in our blood that we try to ruin special days for others. I have experienced this for quite a long time. Like on the 16th December, which is the Victory Day, the 26th March, which is the Independence Day, 21st February, the Matter Language Matter Day or International Mother Language Day, and Eid Day, even just before, prior to the Eid Day, the last office day. I have seen that there's a tendency among Bangladeshi people to create and make scene and ruin the day for me. Uh, I can give you an example like before, probably 9th February, which was my last working day before the national elections. I was in the metro traveling from Karan Bazar to Bangladesh Secretariat. In that day, they even made a scene in the metro, like someone, getting off their seat just right in front of me. When I attempt to sit, the side person who was to the left or right, he just occupied that seat and made empty space for the person next to me. And this happened for 2 or 3 times. And at some point, the person who was mainly responsible for this, he started even to mock me like with this smirk. That's when I know they were doing this. They were creating this scene, making this scene because it was a special day. It was the last working day before the elections, so they have to. Maybe they are not. Some of them are not a good mood because their day was ruined by someone else. Now they are trying to ruin my day for as well. So that I remember this for like always. And same day, I experienced a few years ago when I came from Dhaka to Rupganj by BRTC service, like from Kuril to Bhulta Galsia. Someone, even a person who was bigger than me, he got angry with me for very trivial reason, and he was about to beat me. I personally was not to be beaten like so easily, but I had my family, my wife and child with me, and he was younger than me and also apparently a little stronger. Okay, So I knew that I did not to go any further. I let him pass or let this thing slide because I knew he got angry or he made this sin because it was the 16th December, the victory day. That's why. So today, the 1st May, it was supposed to be such a good day, but no, it rained all night, and rainy season has been a curse for, I guess, for Bangladeshi people nowadays. I believe no matter where you are, if you live in a big city like Dhaka or Chittagong, when it rains, if you stay at home, like some young people who don't have to go outside, and they find it, very epic or poetic, like they even can compose poetry. But it's a hideous experience for those who go outside because it's all water everywhere on the roads. The roads go underwater, even sometimes in some places up to ankle, in other places up to the knee. I stayed in Dhaka city for almost 33 years, like when I was 4 years old to when I was 36 or 37 years old. So I knew, and I live in the first year at Malibag and the rest of the time at Rampura, Ulon, etc. area. So I know how much hideous it is. No matter where you live in Dhaka city, you will have to go through this pain in the rainy season. And also in the rural areas, it's not much better because there is mud everywhere, mud. And when it is rural rural areas and the rainy season, then wherever I am standing now, I am a little bit of afraid of snakes. Whether snakes, any snake would approach me. Okay, so so the day is not doesn't feel so good because of the reasons the nature made, and other reasons like a few people who are most possibly Buddhians, they have come onto one of my latest posts, and they have been calling me names. Someone called me Kamla, also known as day laborer. Some other claiming that I should be banned, etc. If I need to be banned, there has to be particular reason. Like, what is the reason? Reason one reason it could be like I post frequently, but there are many others who post frequently, much more frequently than I do. Some will be saying that I post irrelevant things. No, I do not post irrelevant things. If my posts are irrelevant, then 98% of all the posts are irrelevant. I post only those things which somehow does concern Buet or Buetians, etc. And you can see that I always give the speech in English. Actually, I mean to inspire the Buetian people that they should learn more English. Okay, because when they go outside of Bangladesh, even when they remain inside of Bangladesh, they are overshadowed by Indian engineers by only one reason: their lack of communication skill, especially in English. Okay, the Indian and the Pakistani engineers, they are not much more talented than us, but other than their technical expertise, they also focus on communication skills. That's why they take a upper hand at office spaces. That's why by lecturing in English, I am trying to inspire my Burdian fellows, brothers and sisters, both senior and junior, that you learn more English. I have learned enough English, and I am still learning today. I have that tendency and the desire to learn even more English and to develop my communication skills even better. Why don't you do the same? This is the theme of my posts. Okay, and you see, I create many videos, but I do not post all of them onto this particular Boetian group. The posts or the videos that I find related to Boet or Boetians, that's one. And sometimes I need to share experience, not only from my social life, but also from offices, so that you be aware. Like, after graduation, many Boetians join the publication industry, the guidebook, okay, the both for maths and physics and sometimes chemistry. You guys need to know what's going on out there and what are the limitations, because I have passed most of my career in publication industry. Like, I could be sharing that one problem is that you do a correction, okay, but the file when the file goes to the next person, they may not understand what is this correction about. If they are of like a lower caliber than you, I mean if they are from like national university, maybe from even commerce section, they will not understand why this correction is necessary. They will be simply saying no, this correction wasn't necessary, rather it should be done this way. And if they go for incorrect way, finally the book will be published and you might be to blame because maybe it is in the knowledge of the authority that this file went through you. So why are there still logical mistakes? Because many times they fail to save the latest printing materials for reference. So these are the things I sometimes share. I do not see any harm in that. Okay. So today the main topic that I bring up with, I mean the title of this video is going to be somewhat like this. It's in our nature, in the nature of the Bangladeshi people, that we sometimes have the tendency to ruin the special days for others. We should be avoiding this because we need to develop as a nation. If we cannot get rid of our lower mentality, lower instincts, then especially if the Buddhians, if they cannot get above their instincts. Like what is the instinct? A snake, the child of a snake, when it hatches from the egg, it has a tendency to do this. So animal like instinct. So let me give you a few examples what animal like instincts mean when it comes to Buddhians. Someone comes along and demands that my posts are irrelevant or trash. The first question then arises that why don't you show some of your posts that you think are not irrelevant or not trash? Please do that. First show your posts and then try to point some other else, because you need to understand that when you point a finger to others, then 3 other fingers are pointing at you. So that's it guys, I should not lengthen this video any further. Let us develop ourselves.